In Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 to 20, Jesus warns us about people who lead us the wrong way. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus, by their fruit you will recognize them. False prophets are people who lie. They lied about who they were. False prophets claimed they were prophets of God, but they were not. These people were usually religious leaders and teachers of the law. They fooled people for their own benefit. Jesus says that people who lie about who they are and people who lead us the wrong way look harmless on the outside. They have sheep's clothing, but on the inside, they are like deadly wolves. How can we know if a person is a false prophet or a real prophet? We can see what they look on the outside, but we can't see what's inside a person. Jesus tells us to look at their fruits. An apple tree will bear apples. A bad tree will bear bad fruit. A good tree will bear good fruit. A false prophet will bear bad fruits. What are bad fruits? Adultery, anger, arrogance, bitterness, boasting, being brutal, complaining, coveting, cowardice, deceit, defrauding, denying Jesus, desiring the praise of people, disobedience to parents, divorce, drinking parties, drunkenness, envy, filthiness, foolishness, fornication, greed, hatred, hating God, hypocrisy, idolatry, impurity, jealousy, judging others, living for pleasure, lovers of self, lusting, lying, murder, pride, slander, stealing, not forgiving, being ungrateful, wickedness, to name a few bad fruits from a bad tree. False prophets will bear these bad fruits. By looking at the bad fruits, we can tell if they are true prophets or false prophets. False prophets often go against the teachings of the Bible. False prophets can be politicians, religious leaders, or social media influencers. Jesus warns us to watch out for false prophets because they will lead us to destruction. False prophets will lead us through the wide gate and onto the broad road that leads to destruction. But our Father, who loves us and deeply cares for us, wants us to take the narrow gate, the narrow road, so that we may find life. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that we don't follow false prophets.